Okay, so I've got to this stage where we've got everything exposed, and you can see the crazing on those. I bought this thing here, which is a relatively cheap device for ball joint separator, because it saves a lot of messing around if you can just get one of these, slot it on there, and then do this up. We'll see how quickly that separates, because if you haven't got one, it can be a bit of a pain and take a lot of time. That on? Yep. That's it. Straight off. This one, I was just trying to bash it and it wouldn't come. The ball joint separator just picked that up straight away. So the problem I had on the other side was that the torsion bar didn't want to come out like it says in the manual. So I marked the torsion bar on this side here with a bit of paint and a couple of little punch holes as well. And I'm assuming that the torsion bar is going to be wedged in here pretty hard and I can't get it out just by tapping it out like it says. So the other way to do it, which I did on the other side, which is probably, I'm sure there's a much better way of doing it, but it's the only way I could work out, is to take this off, easy, just undo the nuts and bolts, and this side as well, except for you run into a problem, which is that this bolt won't come out because the wishbone is in the way, and the wishbone's being held there by the swinging arm, by the torsion bar. So even if you jack it up, it won't go high enough to allow that bolt to pass. And so what I did on the other side was I undid the bolt and punched it out a little, cut the head off and then punched it through the other way, which was fine. And then when I reassembled it, I put a bolt in from the other way and put a nut on that end and a lock nut, and if you put it on relatively flush, this still has enough space to move up and down without going anywhere near that put on back to front. Now I've ground that head off without damaging anything else, and hopefully you can get something through, but even if it doesn't, you can sit in the middle. Just trying to come out this way. Maybe it's short enough there. Undone. I've just got to undo that one. I think it's important to undo the bottom one first, because if you undo the top one you end up with tension on the bottom one, and then it is much harder to remove. Okay, so I've undone these two, and I've undone this, and I've knocked out this, and this one is loose, and so the whole thing is now mobile with only one attachment point at the at the torsion bar at the back. So I'm now going to see what I can do about knocking the whole thing out. Got to work out a way of doing that, and I'll let you know. So I have just banged this lower wishbone so that it has come off the spline at the front of the torsion bar, and that's it off there. That was just for demonstration purposes. And so the torsion bar is just still sitting in its normal position, and I have got the option of taking that out or leaving it in if I want to paint it or whatever, but the functionality of that's normal, so I could theoretically just leave that in and do the job which I'm doing, which is just the bushes and a bit of a clean up of all this stuff. It is very hard. I've been punching the back of the torsion bar and it hasn't really been moving, so it's tempting to leave it in, or possibly even give it a little clean and paint while it's in situ rather than take it out.